if you look around in this library, you find the library as a representation of the journey through all the centuries. So this library you can compare with a very modern space shuttle. In this library you can take off. Can you take off to the past? Can you penetrate into the present? Can you penetrate into the future? Yes. In one moment you can penetrate the dimension of the past, of the present, and of the future. I like to quote Comte de Medici, who was a very wealthy banker in his days. And he had an enormous power with his money throughout Europe. But at a certain moment he came to the reality that was only limited to time and space. And that money is only counting and counter value of what you achieve in life. And I can say, Comte de Medici, he came to the clear insight that visible life, your daily connection to human beings and to life itself, is enormous, valuable. It counts, but in reality, it is not everything. And I can say to you that from my very young years, from the moment I was 16 years, I was not interested in business life. But I accepted the discipline to go in the factory of my father, to join also the daily disciplines of everybody around me. But for me, it was not everything. I see my library as the library of the light. And the best thing is to communicate in the light. The writers of my library are well together in the library, in the same communication, the same principle of their absolute relation to that inner impulse. Put the human being as a centerpiece of all the aspects that are of a magical value in life. And I believe that the real magician, as he saw it, was the active human being in connection with the Creator himself. We have to concentrate on the corpus hermeticum to understand that it is always, all times, it is the same question. Where do I come from? Why I'm here? And what's my future? The very root of a question is the very early begin of my library. To know about the secret of the above, spiritual life, and to know about the secret of the material life below. I was deeply interested in the total meaning of life. And for me, business life is a part, is a discipline that you have to obey. And if you obey that discipline, you come to a success. It's a formula, it's a key. But at the moment that you come to spirituality, at the moment that you come to gnosis, you know that there are disciplines that not count for the world, but that count for the gnosis. And therefore I can say to you, perhaps I found the key that you find also in the Bible. Look for the kingdom of God and you will receive everything. And I can say to you, I found the kingdom of God everywhere, in human beings, in nature, looking up on the stars, and I found it also in myself. You see here, God is an infinite sphere whose center is everywhere and his circumference nowhere. So, to give an answer to the question of man, I like to refer to Pico della Mirandola, who says, Magnum miraculum homo est,
A great miracle, Asclepius, is man.
A great miracle, Asclepius, is man.
The Gnostics of today, they are everywhere in the world. The drive of life in itself always comes from an invisible spiritual level. And I believe that the technical world, they discovered the secret of the atom in a technical way. They can develop shuttles to the moon. But there is no answer to the very early begin of that impulse itself. Man has to climb or to go in himself in an inner development to find the secret key. I know where I come from. I know why I am here, and I know my destiny.